My name is Offred. I had another name, but it's forbidden now. So many things are forbidden now.
I expect you know the rules.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't call me ma'am. Get up. I want to see as little of you as possible. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Mrs. Waterford.
Should we take the long way?
I can't. I have to get ready for the ceremony.
If I get trouble, believe me, I will give trouble back. Get out. Are you deaf? What you do and what we do together is so terrible. It's terribly hard, and we must remain strong. Which is why I feel so blessed to have you. Get out of my house. It's okay. Fred and I, we tried for so long. It was hard to keep faith, but here you are. You're right here. You're my miracle. My beautiful miracle. You will stay here, and you will not leave this room. Do you understand me?
Mrs. Waterford, I'm not pregnant.
Do you understand me?
It's dangerous. If I let myself fall in too far, I won't ever get out. Things can get much worse for you.
What did she do this time?
She was on the ground. Ma'am, she said she fainted.
You're sick? Is that right?
I fainted, Mrs. Waterford.
Make an appointment.
Yes, ma'am.
Now come.
How are the Waterfords? Are they treating you okay?
Yes, they treat me very well. Mrs. Waterford, I know I failed you. I disappointed you and myself. And I will do my best to not let it happen again. And I've learned my lesson. I'm so sorry. Please, let me out. It has been so hard. Being alone in that room all the time. I know Mrs. Waterford is trying to teach me a lesson. I know.
Go back to your room.
I know she's right. I have so many flaws. But it has been so long. I'm afraid I'm starting to give up. How hard would I have to press those shears into her neck before seeing blood?
Ready?
Yes, Mrs. Waterford?
I was thinking maybe we could try another way. I was thinking of Nick.
Nick.
He's already agreed. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Go and lie down. Don't you ever do that again.
Do what?
Touch me like that when she's there.
I didn't mind it. I don't think you did either.
I couldn't say no when Mrs. Waterford asked me. I'm sorry.
She could have me sent to the colonies or worse, and you know that.
I heard there was a bit of trouble in town. Are you all right?
We only wanted to make the world better.
Better.
Better never means better for everyone. And it always means worse for some.
I'm fine.
Good.
As soon as you're dressed, Mrs. Waterford wants to see you. In her room.
Awesome.
Some women can't handle the requirements of their position. They can't do what needs to be done. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Mrs. Waterford. Mrs. Waterford?
You're a smart girl. So, let's see you. Turn around. You're fine, thank you.
Red's my color.
Well, that's lucky. Our visitors may have some questions. They're curious about our lives here. I know that if spoken to, you'll speak wisely.
Well, try to. Speak wisely, Mrs. Waterford.
Please don't disappoint me. Do you understand?
Yes, Mrs. Waterford. I have found happiness. Yes.
Back then, did you ever imagine a society like this? A society in which women can no longer read your book. Or anything else.
No, I didn't. Lovely.
Tonight is a celebration of Gilead and of what we have achieved, restoring a healthy and moral way of life. But we know that none of it matters if we cannot solve our most pressing problem. And we have finally begun to do just that, with God's blessing and with the devotion of a group of girls.
Mrs. Waterford went to visit her mother. She won't be back until tomorrow.
Pull up your hood, Mrs. Waterford.
Alfred. Welcome home, Mrs. Waterford.
Thank you. I brought you something.
The perfect gift. A girl trapped in a box. She only dances when someone else opens the lid. When someone else winds her up.
I had it in my bedroom growing up as a child. I thought you might like it. There's a key.
If this is a story I'm telling, I must be telling it to someone. There's always someone. Even when there is no one. Thank you.
I'm sure your miracle will come soon.
One.
You could have left me with something. He's answered our prayers.
You think I prayed for this?
God knows what's in your heart.
She's a smart girl. I imagine that she's pretty good at this.
We'll talk about this another time.
You need to keep your hands off of her. I will not have her hanging from a ceiling or stepping in front of a truck. Do you understand me, Fred?
Alfred, get your cloak, please.
I need the car.
No, thank you, Nick. I've made other arrangements. She's pregnant. It isn't yours.
We have a long drive ahead, so get comfortable. And don't touch the curtains.
As long as my baby is safe, so is yours.
I need you to protect my daughter. How can you do this?
Protect her from what?
From her. From Mrs. Waterford.
You are gonna burn in goddamn motherfucker hell, you crazy evil bitch!
Don't get upset. It's not good for the baby. Where are we, Fred?
We're going to have a baby. We're bringing a new life into this world.
Yes. Yes, she is.
This could be the last time I have to wait. But I don't know what I'm waiting for.
After everything we've done for you.
Blessed day. Blessed day.
I'd like to be clear. I will not have any more recalcitrants. All of your disruptions, and all of your games and your secrets, all of that smart girl bullshit is finished. Do you understand me?
The missing handmaid is with child. Right now, she is the only priority.
Don't get upset, Serena. It's bad for the baby.
And there is your child.
God bless you.
Thank you for taking me in.
I don't know how you could give your baby up to somebody else.
Trying not to. Praise be.
days.
Someone was supposed to contact you.
I can't. What if she finds them? You don't know what it's been like.
Serena. Remember, as long as my baby is safe, so is yours.
I felt the baby kick for the first time last night.
It's only natural to resent her. God will forgive you for that.
I can't have her in the house, Fred. Do you have anything else to say?
I'm not worthy yet.
You deserve this. And you're not gonna let her take any part of it away from you.
Please. Let me try to be good.
Just think about the baby. Not her. She's nothing.
Quitting is very hard. I used to smoke too, once upon a time. I'm pleased that everything is going so well with the baby. Her attitude seems much improved.
It's everything a wife could ask for.
Yes, Mrs. Waterford. No, Mrs. Waterford. What is the matter with you?
She's quite unlike herself.
Nothing, Mrs. Waterford.
No small effort has been made to bring Offred to heel.
Alfred, you may go to your room.
I'm worried about the handmaid.
The doctor says that she's in perfect health.
I mean, her mental state.
Her mental state.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
She doesn't have anyone to look out for her.
It appears that she does. The handmaid is not your concern. Husbands and wives only, I'm afraid. Alfred, you may go to your room.
Would you like to see?
Alfred, you need your rest. Rita will serve you in my sitting room. You can't possibly climb the stairs in this condition.
Mrs. Waterford, I think I can manage.
What if you need something? I'll be right here. It's a miracle.
Yeah. It is. I should be getting back before Mrs. Waterford misses me.
Your guardian angel.
I want you to know I'm going to be the best mother I can be to my child.
I know she can be difficult.
If I could see her. Just to know she's okay.
She wanted to see the child. Her child from before.
I won't tell anyone.
Absolutely not.
I hope she could manage things here at home, but I see now I need to step in and keep the peace.
It is so important to understand one's place in a household, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, Mrs. Waterford.
The handmaid will do it.
You're all right. He doesn't believe that I was taken against my will. They executed Commander Deeds and his whole household. Commander Cushing would do the same to any house connected to the underground. And there's no way he'd leave a baby to grow up in that house.
Fred would never allow that.
He isn't here.
You're an editor. Is that right?
I used to be.
Good. Read over these for me.
Do you miss working?
It's a small sacrifice to make to be welcomed back into God's grace. I do truly detest knitting, to be frank.
I'll need a pen.
I won't forget your help. He's coming home tomorrow.
Praise be.
Praise be. Alfred. Baby Angela isn't well.
Thank you for the flower. She loves her. So much.
What do you think? I'm going to see if there's anything more they can tell us.
If it were my baby, I would do whatever I could. Law or no law.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The commander wants to see you in his office. Both of you. Is this your handwriting?
Yes, Commander Waterford.
You involved the Handmaid in your transgressions?
I did what I thought was necessary.
It was unfair for me to burden you with so much responsibility. Now we must make amends.
Amends?
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
Fred, please.
Waterford? Do you need anything? No.
Serena.
Can I do anything for you? Serena.
Go back to your room.
I need you to show them a strong Gilead wife.
God will watch over you, my love. I hate to leave.
Mrs. Waterford wants me to leave the house as soon as the baby comes.
Must be what she thinks is best.
Do you?
It doesn't matter what I think.
We will be fine. I promise.
We did it, Offred. Offred, I've given it some thought. You'll be leaving the house as soon as the baby is born.
Mrs. Waterford?
The handmaids stay till the baby's weaned.
I think we've all had more than enough of one another. Don't you?
False labor fools the best of us.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Waterford. Yes. Mrs. Waterford.
I can promise you that this pregnancy will end soon, and Offred will be off to her next posting.
In a new district. I think Offred was happy that the baby didn't come.
Do you?
Yes, I think she enjoyed it.
You're right, Mrs. Waterford. It's been lovely. But I think it's probably best if we don't ever see each other again.
There's nothing we can do but wait for the baby to come.
Do you really think so?
I suppose there are ways. Baby might come out sooner.
I think the best way is the most natural way. We need to help the baby come out naturally.
Don't, please. No. I'm not here.
Offred!
I gave up everything for you. And I only ever wanted one thing in return. I wanted a baby. I have nothing. You've left me with nothing. I have nothing. She has no contact with the baby. And she pumps in her room.
Mother knows best.
Are you all right?
She wrote notes all over it. Seems like Eden was hiding a multitude of sins. What sins? What sins was she hiding? Serena. She wasn't strong enough.
How are you going to keep her safe? What are you going to do? Are you going to lock her up here like an orchid?
She will understand the word of God, and she will obey his word.
She cannot read his word!
Where is Nicole? And the word was God.
Mrs. Waterford?
I did this for Nicole. I did it to set an example for our daughter.
So you have. We had a difficult day, but all will be well. From here on, you should lie down.
No.
Please! Fred, stop! Stop it, Fred! Fred! Please!
that to Serena.
We all have our roles to play. Serena needed to be reminded of ours.
I tried. I can get her out. I can get her out of here. No, she cannot grow up here. No. She cannot grow up in this place. Listen to me. You know she can't.
This has gone far enough.
We should give her more time to get away.
I know how much you love her.
What did you do?
I did what was best for my child.
Where is she?
She's safe, Serena. Serena, I promise you, she is safe. I love you so much. I did what was best for her, Serena.
Did you give my baby to off Joseph?
You wanted a better life for her, and that is what a mother does for her child. You gave her to a murderer! You killed my baby! You killed my baby! How could you take her away from me?
Because I have another daughter. You chased us in the woods and you hunted us down with dogs. And when you pulled her away, she screamed. My baby screamed for her mother. And I hope this feels like that.
You were supposed to protect her. I know. God will protect her. Have faith. Serena okay?
Well, after what you put us through, I'm not sure.
She's tough. She'll be okay.
Be merciful, O Lord, for I am faint. Heal me, O Lord, for my soul is in anguish.
You left the place literally in ashes. Do you think they got what they deserved?
No one in Gilead gets what they deserve, sir.
You want me to go back to Fred?
I only want you to be happy. Look at you. All the gifts you've been given. But you need everything to be exactly how you want. Spoiled little girl.
Blessed be the fruit.
Hi.
You know there's no place in this world for you without Fred.
How are you? Serena.
You gave that baby away. And it wasn't even yours.
Do you think about her?
Every minute.
How do you stop? She isn't mine.
Serena. Only a mother could do what you did. If you can just think about all the other mothers who have had their children taken away from them.
Like you.
Maybe we're stronger than we think we are.
Have I missed anything?
I'm concerned about Serena. She's been having a difficult time.
That's understandable. I didn't see you at the dedication.
I hate to be a distraction.
I don't think she's satisfied. Planting flowers and knitting sweaters.
I'm not sure she ever was. Sir.
Do you regret it? Not leaving here?
Not without Hannah. At least there's still hope if I'm here. So do you think you could be open to change? Did you maybe give her a real voice? I may get to see her again.
I can't say the same for Nicole. What is it?
The commander wants to reconcile.
He wants to make things right, but he doesn't know how to do it, so I made a suggestion. More freedom in your marriage. As Mrs. Waterford, you have influence, access, power.
Up to a point.
So of the point. Like we did before. Wear the dress. Pull the strings.
No!
A young girl of Hannah's age, the daughter of a commander, would most likely attend a school for domestic arts. The one in her district is in Brookline by the reservoir. Perhaps you'll find a way to see her.
Thank you, sir.
We'd like to arrange a visit with Nicole.
What do I have to do?
Call your husband.
No.
Will you please give us a moment?
Luke. It's me. It's not gonna be what you think.
Please. Please, I am begging you. June.
I need you to do something for me.
Yeah, anything.
I need you to go to the Toronto airport tomorrow and meet the Waterfords and bring Nicole.
If I do this, what do I get?
I love you.
God bless you.
What do I get?
What do you want?
I want you to owe me.
I don't know what it is that you tell yourself so that, you know, you can sleep at night. But Nicole is gonna know exactly where she came from and how brave her mother was for getting her here.
You want to know what I tell myself? That she was my miracle. And that I let her go. She was perfect. Because I wanted a better life for her, and so did your wife. And now it's over. So, if you can't honor my wishes, then honor hers.
It doesn't have to be.
Serena. What did you do?
Nicole belongs in Gilead. We miss her dearly. We just want her back.
Please talk to me.
We can talk if you like.
How many more of these videos is he gonna do?
As many as it takes. You have to understand that seeing her changed everything for me.
Seeing her changed you. It changed you. It didn't change this place. She deserves better. Our girl deserves better. And I know that you know that.
We would like to speak with her alone, as long as Joseph has no objection.
Not at all. Commander Waterford is not her father.
We do know that from our associates in Canada. There was an audio cassette.
So she can stay there then, if that's what both her parents want. Don't be stupid. What did Nick do before he was a driver?
He was a soldier in the Crusade. We wouldn't be here without him. All this time you spent together and he never mentioned anything. This is all gonna be over soon. You're gonna get to go back home. And we're gonna stay here. And you and I will finally be free of one another.
You will never be free of me. You will never be free of me until both of my children are safe.
I trusted you to let her have the best life possible, to do the right thing.
And I trusted you to stay with her.
You will not let her go.
Because I love her.
This isn't love. You can't love. You don't know how.
Who can remember pain once it's over? All that remains of it is a shadow. Not in the mind even, in the flesh. Pain marks you, but too deep to see. Out of sight, out of mind.
You built this whole world just so that you could have someone. But it didn't work. You're small. You're cruel. And you're empty.
You're not well.
June?
You will always be empty.
I should have put a ring in your mouth the day that we met.
I should have let you burn my conscience.
with your mind. This has to end. This has to end. You were supposed to be one of the strong ones.
You should know I was going to kill Serena. And her. And you too.
You feel hopeless.
How should I feel? They just take everything from you, you know? They really do.
What do you know about how much someone can take?
Everything.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Thank you.
And from what I've seen from his current of Joseph, that lack of discipline persists. We may need to set an example.
Isn't that a little extreme? I pray that nothing will impede God's will tonight.
And you're sure that this is the best thing for Nicole?
Sorry. I didn't realize how much this would cost you.
Where is Mrs. Lawrence?
She is going to grow up to be just like you.
A successful ceremony. Praise be.
We should give the Lawrences back their privacy.
At least it wasn't you. They're in prison?
Facing trial as war criminals.
You have to save yourself.
I'll be fine.
Fred and Serena are toast, and you just got away with murder. All in all, not a bad morning.
What have you done?
I want to be with my daughter.
You are still the same woman
who held my friend down so your husband could rape her.
That's uncalled for.
Fuck you.
I didn't surrender my rights, Mr. Toello. I traded them for my daughter.
Do you know what it's like? Out. Well, it's like things were before Gilead. I don't remember before.
Out in the world without an escort.
I'm sure you'll find your way.
You'll be free. You can wear whatever you want. No one's gonna hurt you for reading. Or tell you what to think. Or who to love. Or what to believe in. I almost shot her. For crying. I almost shot a 10-year-old girl for crying.
I don't understand what's going on.
You forced your driver to impregnate Miss Osborne so you could claim their resultant child.
Nick and Alfred had a relationship.
It's still a rape. Mrs. Waterford.
This can't have been for nothing. Go on. Just tell them it's all clear. It's okay. Go ahead.
All clear, false alarm.
Thank you.
This morning, a plane left Gilead and landed. There were 9 Marthas on board. There were also 86 children.
I'm sorry, did you say 86 children?
We believe that there was a handmaid involved. Yours, June Osborne. They're gonna find her. And they're gonna kill her.
May God show her mercy.
I know this is difficult, Mrs. Waterford. Were there any other instances of physical abuse?
No.
I thought that I deserved everything that you did to me.
You know,
I think I gave you too much freedom.
Yes. He struck me here.
Another appropriate punishment?
It's not that simple.
Looks like it didn't leave a permanent mark.
Then we can restore your immunity deal and get Nicole back in your life.
By playing the victim.
By establishing a pattern of abuse.
But it wasn't abuse. Not exactly.
The results from your blood test came back. Congratulations.
You never hurt a child. It's all I care about.
Gilead doesn't care about children. Gilead cares about power.
Jim?
It's amazing you managed to get those kids out. What motivated you to risk your life everything to do such a thing.
It was the only thing I could do.
I know I have sinned, and I know I have not always behaved with light in my heart, and I am sorry. Whatever I can do to repent and redeem myself in your eyes, I will do it. Please. Please, Lord, let me have a healthy baby.
I made a promise that they would hurt. The way we hurt.
Who?
The kidnappers. The Serenas.
Have you seen her?
I thought about what she would deserve. What they deserved. They take everything from you. You know? They really do.
This pregnancy belongs to me just as much as our friends belong to you. She could put us both away for the maximum sentence and prevent you from being a mother to your son.
And what is there to be done about that?
We need to drop our fight and team up to help each other.
Team up.
What do you guys know about Serena?
Serena?
Yeah. Have you heard anything?
I saw her.
How? Why?
She wanted my help.
To what did she want?
She's pregnant.
I prayed for this chance. And I humbly thank the Lord for your visit.
You would. You never did give me credit for anything.
I believe that the Lord brought you here so that I could make amends.
I brought myself here so that I could tell you how much I hate you.
She's a sociopath. She's toxic and abusive. She's a monster.
There is no one less worthy of redemption than you.
I'm sorry.
And by the way, consummate actress.
What do you think drives her?
Hatred. And rage. And underneath all of that, there's nothing but pure misery.
I am begging for your forgiveness. I need you, Fred.
Do you know why God made you pregnant? So that when he kills that baby inside your womb, you will feel a fraction of the pain that you caused us when you tore our children from our arms. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? So if you feel yourself getting
sucked in by her. Run for your life.
I'm not nervous or worried or scared. I can't fucking wait.
You have to get
June.
out everything you have been holding in. I promise you, you will feel better.
No, we're not all like you.
Do you want June to think you're afraid to face her?
My name is June Osborne. Fred Waterford and Serena Joy Waterford imprisoned me, beat me, and raped me. I came to the Waterfords' house in 2017. It was my second posting. A few days after my arrival, I was summoned to the drawing room, where I was asked to kneel in front of the Waterfords. After that, I was taken upstairs to her bedroom. There, Mr. Waterford raped me, while his wife held me down. Mrs. Waterford was desperate for me to get pregnant and questioned her husband's fertility. She ordered me to have sex with their driver. Another violation of Gilead law that I could not refuse. Mr. Blaine and I had intercourse while Mrs. Waterford was in the room watching us the entire time. At 9 months pregnant, I went into false labor. For this, Mrs. Waterford was very angry with me. As punishment, Mr. Waterford raped me again, while she held me down. I struggled and pleaded for them to stop. They did not.
What happened?
Mrs. Waterford did make one attempt to improve conditions for the women and young girls of Gilead. She appeared in front of the Commander's Council and read out loud from the Bible. For this crime of reading, they cut off her finger.
I am done. I am done.
You know, the world should hear your voice again. Write a book. You've done it before.
You can come home. That baby belongs in Gilead, you both do.
I don't think the commanders feel the same way.
Oh, nonsense. You'll return with your own child, like a hero.
They think the baby belongs to the state.
Naomi said that?
Naomi said come back to Gilead as if I wouldn't face retribution. They'd send me to the colonies. They could make me a handmaid.
You plan on living with the commander. His husband and wife.
As a family, of course.
A good mother would be able to let go. A good mother. A good mother would be able to let go.
What is going on?
This morning, Canadian border enforcement agents recovered a body. It's your husband. He's dead.
2 things arrived at the ICC detention center in an envelope addressed to you this morning. Serena, they also sent a finger, a severed finger.
Which finger was it?
His ring finger.
This wasn't Gilead.
How do you know that?
Because it was June Osborne.
It's not possible.
You don't know what she is.
I am sorry for your loss.
I would like to formally petition to the Canadian government to reconsider their capital punishment statutes. Considering that woman's heinous acts.
I thought I'd be in jail. But you're not. No. I'm not.
Once your charges have been resolved, you and your child can begin a new life in Toronto.
And how do I possibly feel safe?
So what did she say? When she found out about Fred?
Do you even know what she is capable of? Why don't you take a good hard look at exactly what she is capable of?
She was scared.
Scared of me?
Because don't you dare tell me that you can protect me from her!
Scared can be very dangerous, Miss Osborne.
She will always be dangerous.
There's only one person who could express that kind of rage.
And there's no way that she could have gotten to Fred on her own.
When is she going to get what she deserves? Maybe they'll put her on the wall. Serena knows I killed Fred.
How could you know that?
I did something. I sent her a finger.
What?
Maybe they'll take her baby away and make her handmaid. And then put her on the wall. Because I wanted her to know it was me.
Do you want her to come after us and our family?
No, but I know her, and I know what she's capable of, and I know she has a plan. What she's doing, this is what she does.
Stop it. You're obsessing over her.
She can't get to you.
Yeah.
So you just gotta let go of her. You sent her a finger. How is that gonna help our family? How is that gonna help you? That is not gonna get Hannah back.
I know.
It's one of God's great mysteries how our sweet angel came from that devil of a woman.
Juna Osborne is a cancer. We have to cut her out.
I'm beginning to wonder if it isn't a blessing that he won't be around to raise our child. And protection from those who would hurt me and my baby.
The Americans are escorting Serena Waterford back into Toronto.
She's coming back.
Mrs. Waterford is no longer under our supervision. As of today, she's been released from ICC custody.
Where is she?
Here.
Jody, don't worry, all right? We're gonna stop this.
I'm not worried.
She's limited.
I warned you about her. You won't listen. I drove to her building like a fucking crazy person.
Okay. Is that it?
I'll keep you both safe, ma'am. By his hand.
Praise be.
All I can think about is shooting her in the fucking head, and I don't know how to stop myself from actually doing it.
I get it.
Nocturnal visits from a certain local stalker.
Let's say you shoot her in the head, all right? You shoot her in the head. What happens then? They take Nicole from you.
You heard about my visitor.
Yeah, Ezra said you were jumping.
I'm not that easily intimidated, Commander. She's just stomping her feet like a child.
That child has been known to misbehave badly. I'd stay focused on work and avoid her.
This came for you.
I'm here now. I'm here, sweetie.
The only way to stop her and to stop them is to put them all in the fucking ground. Fuck!
Shit. What am I doing?
I also came here to tell you that my wife is gonna kill you. And I'm gonna let her.
Is that so?
Look, I will dance on her grave with you, as soon as the dirt's in. But she's not worth losing your family over.
You know, come to think of it, I do wonder why you never returned to Gilead to save your daughter. I mean, there were risks, of course, which your wife took. What if this is who I am now?
Stay away from my family. Or the next time I see you, I'm gonna fucking kill you myself.
I didn't do it this time. But I'm not going to promise that I won't do it next time.
You can't be a single mother.
I'm not. I'm a widow.
Your baby needs a mother and a father, and that's more important than your feelings.
June Osborne was apprehended today by one of my teams in No Man's Land.
You need to rest. Your baby needs to rest. That's final.
Are you sure it's her?
Yes, it's fully verified. She's traveling with her husband.
Alanis.
Go to your room.
What's gonna happen to her?
I'm going to send Ezra to No Man's Land and have him deal with her there.
She's taken so much away from me. I need to see it. I need to see the end.
Are you fucking serious?
I want her to be able to pray on her knees.
For God's sake, Serena.
Pray.
Okay. I pray for our children. I pray that my daughters live a life of peace. And dear God, do better than we did.
Nicole was faster. Of course, that time I was alone.
Amen.
I remember thinking that if anything went wrong, we would die. And no one would even know.
Get away from me! I am trying to help you.
You're trying to kill me and my baby. You're gonna kill my baby.
Okay, fine. You want to do this on your own? Do it the fuck alone.
You came back.
Here we go.
Was it worth it?
Right now, I think it was. June, why didn't you kill me? Why Fred and not me?
I didn't want to.
Maybe you should take him.
What are you talking about?
There's nothing left for me here. I can't go to Canada. I can't go back to Gilead. It's over. I don't have a future. He would be safe with you. You could care for him. You and your husband. He's a good man. He could teach Noah to be a good man. The kind of man who would never do the things that his father did. The things that I did.
A vessel. That's what you thought I was.
They're still angels. Maybe that's what you are for me.
Is that what you think of me? Who we were? Where we came from? What we wanted? None of that mattered to you.
I delivered him. When I held him. Maybe that's all that was meant for me in this life. I'm so sorry.
I don't care that you're sorry. We mattered. We are people. You're his mother. And he belongs with you.
I just want to go home.
There is no home, Serena. There's just wherever you are.
you understand me?
June. Thank you. What about my baby?
The detention facility has no infant care.
What's going on with Serena?
She's fine.
At last. She knows what it feels like. She did not deserve your help in the first place.
It wasn't about what she deserved. It wasn't about her at all. I didn't think that her newborn deserved to die in the woods.
Serena tortured you. She abused you, raped you. She kidnapped our child.
She has nothing to do
and you
with
just
it.
want to save her life?
I'm not gonna live in the same house as my child's kidnappers.
I fucking hate what they've done to our family. I hate what they've done to you.
I'm not a handmaid.
You're letting your emotions cloud your judgment. I'm not.
Of course you don't understand how I feel. Of course you don't understand. Look what you did to Serena and her baby.
I did that for you, to keep her away from you.
I never asked you to do that.
All right, fine.
I never.
June?
She needs me. And I just left her there.
You came.
I was never supposed to leave her. I abandoned her.
We're not friends, Serena.
I have to go back for her. I have to.
But you forgave me.
No. I can never forgive you.
Then why did you save my life? You saved my life and you saved my child's life.
You hadn't done anything wrong.
I'm very sorry for my actions. I was rude and ungrateful. Everything that happened was my fault. Look, you can dismiss it all you want, but you were there with me in that barn. You and I, we have a bond. We have been through so much together. And my fault alone.
I'm glad that you can see that now.
What am I supposed to do now?
Go back to the Wheelers.
How? How do you go and live in a house with a woman who's trying to steal your baby? Thank you for letting me back to nurse the baby.
You can do that part, but I will do all of the rest. All the duties of motherhood.
Are you seriously asking me that?
How did you ever? How did you ever live with me?
You must agree that you aren't fit to be a full-fledged mother.
Not yet.
Possibly not ever.
Here's what you're gonna do, okay? You're gonna go back in there. And you are gonna act like a handmaid. But the entire time, you will be plotting against them and planning your revenge. I missed you so much.
June, what would you do if you were me?
June. We found her.
You cannot help your child if you're not with them. I'll go back.
Would it be even more effective if Noah and I were there to greet our donors and supporters in person?
At the fertility center.
Yes, for the official opening. I should be there with Noah as a symbol of a successful pregnancy.
Oh, no, you're both gonna stay here.
Well, the commanders did send me here to represent the Republic.
But you're a guest. Well, you're here in Toronto, and you're under our supervision. And my husband doesn't answer to those commanders.
I appreciate your passion for the cause. I'll consider it.
Hey, Banana. Stay away from my husband. Sneaking down.
All alone in the middle of the night?
Mrs. Wheeler, I assure you.
After I told you no?
Who do you think you are?
Leave Noah here with us. Tomorrow, I think I'll bring Noah by myself so you can get some more rest.
We have to run. We waited last time. And we waited too long. And we didn't see how much they hated us. I lost you. And then we lost Hannah.
Godspeed, Miss Osborne.
Thank you.
You just couldn't forget about her now.
We will never, ever forget about her. But we cannot help her if we are dead. I don't want to do this alone. I don't want to do it alone anymore.
June, we're gonna find each other. We always do.
Bye, Jim.